Yeah, it's awesome. Yesterday we saw a price at like 133, 930. And I saw that, I'm like, well, you know, the 100 pip move could do that. Scratch the surface of that move. This was a smoking gun. When this 15-minute candle started to push up hard, I knew, yeah, this is going to continue moving up and fill this wick. That was my target there, that wick fill.
What was your stop? Was it below that bullish 15-minute candle?
Yeah, I put my stop at 15 pips, and that was it. Because I knew if it's going to head up, it's going to head up. If it's going to hit my stop, it's going to hit my stop. Let me check here. It was...
That move is crazy.
135. 293. Entered somewhere over here. Yeah, it was like 15 pips. Like I aimed it to keep it below the candle that pushed up. Also at the same level with this 15-minute close with no bottom wick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You see that like a cow blower candle before it drove up?
Which one?
Two large wicks, like scroll down on the 15-minute. That big, like doji type candle. Touched like 1434 or 134, sorry. That's crazy.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Everybody's account before it blasts off.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. That was an account blowing candle.
Yeah. That was nuts. Gold rolled over this morning too, actually.
Wow, gold is ranging again on the 4 hour. God damn. Does this mean it's going to continue moving down?
Oh, it's moving up right now.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get another push down though. Gold's been doing the same thing at like 5 to 6 a.m. all week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
It just rolls over and tanks. Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of people got those GJ buys. Man, look at that retracement.
I was too scared to enter GJ, man.
Why? What happened?
Oh, that move was like just massive.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I couldn't really justify like where to put my stop, so I just was like, never mind, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, that's good. Cause like sometimes like when it's moving this hard, you don't know. Like look at this retracement on the 15 mil, like 20 pips.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really hard to gauge. But I guess on the 5-minute, you can still see
I
some
think the
structure.
buy is based on that 15 minutes, Roger. So so it went all the way down, and when it started to reverse, I was watching the 5 minutes as well. So the 5 minutes started to create support, and when it reversed, I had my buy stop just above the previous, and I had my 10 pip stop loss.
Oh, nice.
I had no drawdowns.
No drawdown.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the next 50 minutes just went all the way up, and I closed 10 pip.
Nice entry.
Yeah, because if you watch the 5 minutes, the 5 minutes started to create support and then it started to make
Oh.
yeah, it was making higher lows and high highs, and then yeah, that was
Osio man was trying to sell GJ.
oh yeah.
Why?
even yes, yeah, I texted in private. Just look at the chats and
Okay,
you'll see. Even yesterday he was saying sell, 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 and price went up 300 pips, and today sell at the resistance. Come on, you can't sell at the resistance the 4 hours.
Yeah, he's been at it for a long time, and he just can't grasp the concept of.
Like the momentum is bullish. There's no confirmation at all. Why would you sell at 4 hour resistance? It might go down, but it might break up. You know, you don't know. Like, and with pound these days, I would rather stay out. I didn't touch pound for the last 5 days. I just took 2 days. That's it.
I'm watching gold at 14.95.5 right now.
Gold is in this range, I think.
Yeah, look at the 5 minute though.
Oh, 5 minutes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, gold sets up nice in the 5 minute actually.
I'm just trying to figure out how can someone call tops here. Because even GBP and ZD, if you look at it, GBP and ZD still has room to go up.
Oh yes.
On the weekly.
It's just the very strong support on daily, so
yeah.
Might bounce around.
Even look at them. Oh man, look at that monthly on GBP and ZD.
Yeah.
My biggest problem was always when price would go to a quote unquote like a extreme high, I would just try to sell it, and of course price will continue moving up and hit my stops all the time. That would happen.
Well, you know, I had the same bad habit at the beginning. I was like selling resistance, you know, when the price had a huge move up, like GJ now 300 pips.
Yeah,
I was selling, you know, because I was like, no, it will go back down. But no, it's not. You know, it's not like this. I was doing the same mistake over and over and again, and yeah. Well, you can't sell resistance.
wow, London session goes hard. You got mad at him.
Oh man, since yesterday. You have to read the chats from yesterday, because yesterday he was calling sells again, with no analysis, with no explanations, with no confirmations, with nothing. And people are just there to learn, you know. You can't just call things without an confirmation or analysis or something, you know?
Yeah.
You just can't.
Well, I guess he's gonna learn.
And I thought he will stay like he will be quiet today, you know. And when I saw the chart again, because he plays the sell, he had the trade sell with no stop loss, with no potential trade take profit word. So I was like, why you are selling?
Okay, what's this? GJ trades. Ooh, nice. Oh, look at this buy. 1 hour. Nice, man. Caught a really nice move. Twice. One over here and oh, one yesterday. This was yesterday. Alex P. Alex P got UJ as well. Why do you move like that today? because the easing on Brexit and the pound. Man, yesterday when monthly was doing this, everyone was saying, yeah, it's going to continue dropping, and only a few people said, yeah, it's going to continue moving up.
Yeah, I thought it was sells for sure.
Yesterday I was in work, and the last time I looked at the charts, price was at 131.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then when I looked, was 134. I was like, what? I thought I don't see clearly, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what happened. Like yesterday, daily candle moved up 280 pips.
Yeah. And I opened the charts, and when I saw the move, I was like, wow.
Yeah, this was a daily candle. Oh no, 350 pips. You know, and then I looked left. I'm like, well, what's another 100 pips for GJ? You know, and that was the monthly wick.
Yeah, GJ moves, man.
Nobody knew it was going up to that. Would be a plain guess. You can't predict Brexit. No, but like we looked at the monthly level and we like, okay, monthly wicks get filled. I mean, you can't argue on that. That was the bias, that if this wick is going to get filled, then of course there's going to be an uptrend. So when there's an uptrend, you look for supports formed on a smaller time frame, like the 4 hour, 1 hour, you know, and then you go to 30 minute to see if there's supports forming. And when you look across the board, there's supports forming everywhere. Like, look, support here, this kind of moved down, moved up, and then it kind of formed support here. Hey, New York, move up, create a box, move up, break wick, continue moving up. And this is the monthly wick fill area up over here. So then you measure how far this is, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I can have a profitable move in this range here, because you got a big range. Will it continue to go up? Question mark. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't really care either, because I mean, now it's reaching. Now it's so. This is too high right now. Like 136 is a strong level. Look left. Look this weekly rejection. Weekly rejection from this area, 131 and 136. Like, if it starts to go higher than this, then it's in the hands of God. I mean, I don't know. My vision was till 136. That's it. So I guess the next 2 weeks now, there are like next 2 weeks left for the monthly to close, I think. So if you look on the weekly now, maybe the next week is going to be a little bit of a, I don't know, like a retracement or whatever. But if it goes higher, I think 137, 300, highly unlikely. I think there's going to be retracement here for next week. Someone said the chart, gold. If closed above resistance, buy. Makes sense. Gold is. What's this? 15 minute. That's good. 30 minute. Yeah, that would make sense. 30 minute has created some sort of a support here. One now has closed with a rejection. Could make sense. Bias could make sense about 14.95. But this is kind of like what gold did yesterday. Remember yesterday? Where is it?
Yeah, gold did the exact same thing yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exact same thing yesterday, right over here. Right here. Moved down, created a high, and then came down. So that's what I'm kind of looking at here. If this 15 minute close is bearish, then it's gonna do the same thing it did yesterday. Like went down, created a low, came up, created resistance, and then this was the move down, the trade down. It was me.
yeah, I took buys in London, but not looking for buys now. No.
Plus, also this area would make sense. Like, I mean, if this area gets rejected on gold, then gold's heading back down. And how much is this going to be? This is going to be like a 20, 23, 25 pip move. But if it breaks above, then obviously it's heading up. So I think if I'm going to take a trade here on gold, which I'm not going to take it, I'm probably going to look for rejections or bearish candles which are forming on the 5-minute now. But ideally, I'd want to see a 15-minute candle close bearish, so that I can look back and say, okay, well, 15-minute close bearish, that means now I can have a stop, because now mini resistance has been formed, and then we can kind of come down and retest this low. What's this? Gold did a fake out, close back in. Nice, good trade. When October 31 comes, market will move 10% in one day. I don't know. Man, I wonder how many people are holding GJ cells. That's what I want to kind of know. Oh, if GJ went up, that means Euro GBP died. Oh yeah, wow, look at that. Just dying. Why did GBP pairs gain that much strength? From technical perspective, it was bullish. Price was creating supports, it kept moving up. But from a fundamental perspective, there was easing on Brexit. I think so. I don't know much about fundamentals. I've only traded based on technicals. EJ is still going. Next stop in EJ is 119,700. See this daily, you look at the daily, you look left, and you're like, the daily high is at 119,700. And then you draw a box over there, you're like, perfect. Maybe it could come up to there.
Apparently, Boris Johnson promised to come forward with a solution that will work for all.
Isn't that what Theresa May was trying to do?
Oh yeah.
She was trying to do the same thing.
Good luck.
A solution that works for all. Are the orange lines your 4-hour or higher supports? No, they're just my recent supports. Here, I'm going to remove this orange line. I don't have different colors for different support resistances. It just confuses me. There we go. I only draw the most recent one. So this is the most recent resistance. This is the most recent support. And then if I measure the range, this is a 25 pip range. So this tells me that in this 25 pip range, I can grab 10, 12 pips. And that's all I work on. So now I'm waiting for confirmations. If this candle closes bearish, that will give me confirmation that, okay, now there's a higher chance for the next one to continue bearish.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, Simon.
How are you?
Good, man.
You're looking at gold sell.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of like what it did yesterday.
I don't like sells. like the 1 hour and the 4 hour looks to be rejecting that like 149, 14, 92, 93 area. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like shit to be honest. 1 hour, 4 hour.
The sells, I think, are going to be invalid if it breaks above 14.95.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are you in trade now or waiting? I mean, no trades. I took one GJ buy and that's it. Friday is to ask questions and to review how your week went.
Yeah, listen, there's going to be a lot of news flying today. Trump's going to come out and comment on how the trade talks are going, so that's going to shift gold one way or the other. There's a lot of Brexit stuff going on today as well. Like, I would just sit back and enjoy the ride today.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, Alex.
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, Rakeel.
Hey.
You know what I have a problem with sometimes?
What?
So, like all week, or like the last week and a half, like I catch my pips selling GCAD, right? Sometimes I'm like married to my, like for example, sometimes I miss the bullish moves because I'm always looking for sells, and I hate that. Like I gotta switch my, like how would I say, like I just always
like
I
selling.
always miss the buys mostly. I always catch the sells, and I want to start catching buys, you know.
Okay, so now the confirmations you look for to sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turn that around and look at the chart and see how could you have taken the buys.
Okay.
Mark that chart up and send that chart to me, and like I'll take a look.
Well, I understand, and I will, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, what?
Watch this.
Looking for mean reversion sells on GP pairs. Interesting.
And when you look for, like, how you could have taken the buy or like the winning trade, do you look at a certain time frame, or you just like choose the one that you mostly would have gone with?
Yeah, I just choose the one I mostly would have gotten, basically. Like if I'm looking at GJ, I was looking at it this morning, and this morning I was looking at how could I have, if I was awake during this time, I was looking to see how could I have gotten this move to go up. But when I looked at the 15-minute candles, I was like, holy fuck. 15-minute candles would just boom up and boom down and just started to go up. And then I said, well, okay, maybe if it's time to create a support here.
Yeah, that one was nice.
Yeah, that could go up.
I was up then for the first move and I couldn't get in.
Oh.
So that second one at 35.
Yeah. But then I look at EJ, and I'm like, well, if EJ was moving up, the better move would have been to enter on a 30-minute candle with a stop below the previous 30-minute candle. And that's what I do all the time. Because if I think that price is going to go up, I'm just going to put my stop below the previous 30-minute candle. That's it. Just like a retard, I'll do that. And I know most of the time it's going to work out.
Okay.
And it's the same thing when I'm trying to sell. I'll just have my stop above the previous candle, and that's about it. And then I'll let it go, let it fly, man. Let it fly. 15-minute candle and GJ stopped me out. Yeah, that's what GJ does.
I couldn't believe GJ yesterday. I lost those 10 pips in the early morning. I went to the gym and I got home from the gym and I moved like 200 pips. Like, what the hell?
Oh yeah.
I was like, what just happened?
GJ is a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I'm glad I closed. I was in buys. I was so pissed.
My buddy is so pissed. He messaged me these. He's just cussing everything. He's like, man, I bought this. I bought it 2 times and it stopped me out. And then, now look where it is.
Yeah,
Coach.
that happened to me.
Coach, look
Yep.
at my chart and how I would have taken buys just like yours. So that green, that 4-hour support, you see when it broke the wedge?
Yeah.
Once it broke, I would have started looking for buys, right?
Yeah.
And then once it formed a 4-hour support, that's when I would have bought.
Yes. So now what you got to do is, now you have to investigate this area on the 30-minute and the 1 hour to see what confirmations you would have got there.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, let's do
Thank
that.
you. I can't believe I missed that move. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's how like I've learned over time. Like when I've missed the move, I've always looked to see, okay, how could I have gotten that move?
That's right.
And when you watch it long enough, then you start to identify it happening over and over again. You're like, okay, perfect. This is my time to shine.
Yeah, then you can see it happening.
Yeah.
Live moments.
And then in your mind, you can just visualize it just going like you've seen it happen so many times.
If Brexit doesn't happen, this thing is gonna shoot down so hard.
Oh, yeah.
No, that one I'm gonna catch. Haha.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for that.
Man, I remember in June 2016 when they had the exit vote. For 15 minutes, the spread was like 70 pips, 60 pips.
Really well.
Yeah, 60, 70 pip spreads. There was no way you could have just done anything. It was fucked. Price was gapping. 1 minute was just all over the place. Man, 1 minute has had like 80, 90 pip retracements.
Crazy. UCAT had 36 pick movement in Asian. Incredible. I don't understand that.
Yeah. Looks like GJ is still moving up here.
Yeah, I was watching it move up. I was just like, I'm not getting in. This is just too crazy.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
too scared.
this was your, the first move was from here, second was from here. This gets a little tricky now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second move was my move.
Oh, nice.
I decided to sleep in a little.
Yeah.
And we closed too early.
Yeah, so when I see these moves happen, I tell myself, okay, so I've seen GJ move a lot during London, and I'd wake up and, you know, it's been moving up. At that point, I just sit back. I'm just like, yeah, you know, I've missed a move.
Rakeel, there's a guy in my group that got GJ at 130.49.
Jeez.
Check it.
Wow.
600 pips.
Literally
Did he go in a...
130.49 lower.
Wow, 49.
It's literally just see that bearish candle.
Yeah, I see it.
Like,
Someone caught that move?
yeah.
Did he go in a coma after
Right.
taking the buy?
Oh man, he's just, you know, he's just sitting, holding some, just watching it keep ticking up.
Nice.
Wow.
See, that's the thing. Even if I wasn't down there, I would have closed already because I would just 100 pips. I'd be so happy with.
I would have closed after.
The profits on the way up, but
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this.
Usually I go
Reversal.
like 20, 50, 100. What I would do.
If breaks resistance, take a buy. Perfect. Yeah, this makes sense for a buy. But right now, ooh, look at that.
Yeah, price is rejecting gold from look at the 15 minute.
Gold.
It's
Yeah.
it's creating resistance.
Yep. It rejected. It respected that level. The 15-minute candle broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle. So this slowly increases the probability of going down. Oh shit! Drop pin. That was a nice 14, 15 pip drop, 20 pip drop. I entered gold. Oh, nice. Someone got gold. See, candle closes matter a lot. Hey, Alex. Where's Alex? Alex, I'm waiting for the chart. How many accounts will be blown today? I think a lot of people are going to lose money because it's Friday. They haven't made money. They're in drawdown on GJ buys and they're in drawdown on EJ buys. Oh, we're reaching 119,700. And they'll try to make back their losses. It's not going to work because it's Friday. And it's not about the market is fucked up on Friday. It's about your mindset gets fucked up because you realize that you only have a few hours till the market is open and you have to make that money back, which is not going to happen.
Honestly, what works really well for me is just doing one trade a day. Even if I lose, I just quit.
Yeah.
And that way, you have to be way more consistent in order to make money. You have to actually like win.
Yeah.
70% of the time to be good, you know.
But that works. Like if you take
it works.
Wow, look at gold. Jesus. See, if this was your one trade for the day, it would have been a profitable trade.
Yeah.
You just I really got wicked out.
Wow, this motherfucker is still moving.
I'm still on DJ.
Holy.
I entered a gold short and barely got wicked out, man.
Oh.
Now I'm really afraid of DJ.
Yeah, now it's like GJ, now you're wow, this is 60 pips?
Wow. Man, I can't believe yesterday it was at 131 point.
Yesterday.
It was a 15-minute candle.
Ooh, EJ
When
also
I came back to the gym, it was like 134, and I was like, what the fuck is just happened?
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, man, that happened to me too. I was
Just
like, what?
rallied. It just rallied. Unbelievable.
I was in at like 130, 150, and I got stopped out at like 45 just because I had a tight stop loss.
Wow. I closed GJ 130 pips ago.
Yeah.
Which is not even an hour ago.
Yeah.
Do you think price will go to 137, 138 on GJ, Raja? If you look on the monthly, on the weekly?
I think it right now, price is in the hand of God. I have no idea where it's going.
The crazy thing is just all on speculations too. It's not even.
Yeah, this will be a. Ooh, wow! Look at that thing go, man.
All speculation. Imagine if it's a no-deal Brexit and
Yeah.
it's come all the way back down.
We hit 137.
Oh my god.
137, 100.
The daily candle yesterday just looks ridiculous.
Wow! Look at that.
It's the same as today now.
Tap this high over here. Ooh.
Closed out some more.
EJ crossed 119,700.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, I just got wicked out barely on a gold short.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5 points got wicked out.
Oh, did you enter too early or what?
No, I am. Well, I guess in hindsight maybe, but I entered on the 7 a.m. candle.
Oh yeah.
On, so 1494.63, and I had 120 pips stop because I figured if it broke 1495.5, then it would probably just continue up.
Oh.
And look where price tapped, and then it came right back down. That was my target, was that low right there, that recent low from the morning.
Oh, so you entered when the candles were still bullish.
No, I entered off the 5-minute chart because they were bearish, and that pattern occurs pretty frequently in the morning, especially if it's like in a trend like this.
Oh, I think you should have waited for the 15-minute to close.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or you could have a sell stop below the previous 15.
Yeah, because the 5-minute has a lot of fake outs. 5 minute, lots of fake outs.
Yeah, that 15-minute close that had like the major rejection before that little fake out push up. That was a pretty nice candle for it to kind of turn around. So if it broke that range and of that wick right there, then I thought we would be looking up. So I thought I had my stop in a pretty safe place, but
Oh well.
guess it wasn't safe enough.
But hey, this worked, right? We had a low, price came up, resistance, and back down.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Seeing this happen over and over again, it just keeps building my confidence and trust that it happens most times than not.
Oh, it definitely does.
Wow, EJ, ooh, tapped 119,800.
Did the candle close over that low?
What low?
Yeah, I got some FOMO on GJ right now.
Oh yeah.
Good one. I mean, I missed half that move, even though I was awake. So
Everyone has fun with DJ. Oh no.
Hey, what's happening in the UK right now?
We're banking pips, dude.
We're banking
to be honest,
pips.
It's just chit chat. There's just stuff going on. Same as yesterday. It's just talk. So there's nothing. The EU chiefs have said that they're optimistic about the talks. That means there's a good chance they're going to get a deal. So, but still, it's just speculation. It's just people's comments.
Yeah.
There's nothing really happening. So a lot. Of
They're
stuff
in
happening.
talks though. They're in talks with the
Yeah.
EU like today.
Yeah, they're talking now, and they've said they're optimistic, haven't they? So there's a chance they're going to get a deal. So now they've changed the stuff to do with the Irish backstop and that. So they think there's more of a concession from the UK, which means there's a good chance we're going to get a deal done. Which I suppose that gives you the positivity. But again, like we said yesterday, there's nothing confirmed. There's no signatures done. So this could all easily tumble down again. So you never know. And because they're on the Parliament are open on Saturday. Which is a rarity, there's a good chance they're going to make a big decision then, I would have thought, or at least some news will come out from that.
Do you know if they're gonna stream that?
This what, sorry?
Do you know if they're gonna stream it? Because
I'm sure you might be able to find it somewhere. They normally do. You can see Parliament live sometimes, so they might well do. I don't think it's a closed door thing. Do you know, Simon? I'm not sure.
Oh wow, gold is still falling here.
Right, it
Damn.
could go to 1490, I guess.
Jeez.
wow, screw me, man.
That is crazy. 25, 30 pips almost.
This is a dangerous area.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even touch this area. I'd want to see it below 1488 before I wanted to get any more short around this area. It's been acting as strong support.
Wow, man, GJ's still going. Ooh, 137,500.
Yeah, it's
Will it
going to
reach?
500.
137,500.
138.
It just pulled back hard.
Wow, did you see this 5-minute candle, man?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a 100 pip 5-minute candle.
Wow.
That's a 100 pip 5-minute candle.
It looks small too.
Wow. God damn.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Now at this point, I closed GJ 200 pips ago. Jesus. That's nasty, nasty moves.
This doesn't make sense. I know there's speculation, but it shouldn't push GJ this much. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just too much, man.
Someone knows
doesn't
something.
make sense.
It's
Unless,
sketchy.
unless Boris is like banging Theresa May, then I don't see how this is going. I don't know. Like,
EJ is pushing up to 119,
Yeah, I
900.
think I'm not gonna trade today. Stupid. Everything looks just stupid.
I think it's
This is just crazy.
fun just to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a buy stop on gold at like 1500, ready for Trump to cuss the China trade talks and gold go all the way back to 1510.
Yeah.
Market acting stupid this morning, boy. Can I see right there, boy? Market acting stupid this morning, boy.
No.
You're gonna get another push on gold back up like yesterday?
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill on the sidelines here today.
Man, gold is ranging so hard on the daily, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, these daily levels are holding up so hard right now.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. That daily thing. I think if gold is going to show weakness, if gold's going to continue down, this daily candle could come down to 1487, 1488.
That's where I got my buy limits.
Oh.
If Trump says something positive about the trade deals, this will smash down today.
Someone had a GU sell signal. Oh man, can you imagine how many signal providers fucked up? Alright.
Yeah, I'd be laughing if what's his name? No stop loss. Sean Lee's probably like selling and just holding. Man, even he couldn't. His account couldn't handle that much drawdown.
That's what he did. I'm a nut. That's what he did. He had a $26,000 account and he sold GU.
Yeah.
Someone's money, and then it ended up in $160. Yeah.
Oh, that would hurt. That would sting.
Yep.
I'm glad I've never done that.
Yeah, I mean, because when you don't trade enough and when the price goes in drawdown, you don't have that mental maturity to realize that, okay, this is not a sell, this is a buy. Because if you have that, once you have that mental maturity, you just close. You're like, okay, perfect, this is not gonna go my way, I'm probably just gonna close.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, that tells me that people are new traders. They haven't really developed.
Yeah, I used to do that. I would hold it and like, oh, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. Nope. Doesn't have to. Now I'll close with like -2 or 3 pips because I realize it's not going my way.
Oh yeah, my losses are also really small now. Wow, gold is still dropping.
Gold is just dropping.
Yeah, that was the. If you sold gold and held a runner, that was the trade.
Damn, it's breaking that low. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh well, still no. 4 hours still there.
Oh wow.
Oof. Stops triggered.
That was a 50 pip drop. Damn. Damn, Daniel.
Man, I wish my gold position didn't get stopped out by a pip.
Oh, still going. 1488. Oh.
This 5-minute candle.
Look at that. We were right. 1488.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, you were saying, Roger.
Yeah, 1488.
That's it. Daily support now.
Yeah. It's in this 4-hour demand zone too. Right here.
Watch the next candle shoot up. $5.
That hasn't come home yet. Why is it taking so long?
Raja, check Slack.
Ready patience.
What am I checking Slack? Oh. Oh, nice. Angelo sold gold. Very nice. You know what makes me happy? What makes me happy is knowing that simple things like pullbacks and continuations, they work most of the time.
Yeah, I've really only just started doing break and retests only now.
Yeah.
Just going zone to zone.
Making pips.
Making pips.
Wow.
And do you think daily can break that range area, Roger?
Yeah, I mean,
Price it's holding there.
yeah, my idea was to 1488, and I guess it's breaking now.
It's Gonzo.
It's Gonzo.
Oh, that broke hard. Holy. Holy.
The most annoying thing is that we're probably not going to get a trade on it now.
No, the most annoying thing is that I got stopped out by a pip on my short.
Yeah, that's
That's okay. Better than holding the drawdown.
Yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah. It was just a small position anyways. This is my second trade of the morning. So, no big deal. If it holds below 1488, we'll have a lot of opportunities to get short again.
Yes, that's true.
When start NY session? New York session starts in like 20 minutes, 24 minutes.
Let's get the no deal.
I bet we won't hear anything today, man. I bet you it comes out over the weekend, and then we're just gonna wake up on Monday, or on Sunday we're gonna see the market open. It's gonna gap.
Yeah, probably right.
Roger, check out my how I would have caught the buys on the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it on the Zoom too for people to know.
Okay. Oh, it was kind of like the same thing on GJ.
Yeah, GCAT and GJ, they have similar moves. The only thing is GJ has more pips. You know?
It was exactly the same.
Is GJ having more pips, Alex, or GCAT?
No, GJ has more pips. GJ and Gold they move they're very volatile and pip wise. GCAT is more calm, but it still moves between 50 pip ranges, so yeah.
20% down on one trade. Oh, nice.
Man, Sayad caught that 450 pip move from GU. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
He is a beast. Man, I have 47 messages here.
Man, trade talks must be going really good for gold to have died like that.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, like, even if I miss the move, it's still, like, exciting and cool to see, like, how news affects price, bro. Like, major news or something like that, and then you physically, like, live see it, price moving. It's crazy, man. I love this shit.
$14.85 now.
Yep. Coming below, broke those daily. $14.88. Wow. Can gold
like this? It's gonna keep going.
Can gold weekly drop to 1460? Maybe next week push up and then go down.
Oh yeah, but like Trump says something about these trade talks today. Man, 1460 could be in sight.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine that, mate?
That would be crazy.
Wow, look at that move. How many pips was this? This was like, oof, 100 pips.
Oh, 100 more.
Yeah, so it was exciting when price does what you wanted it to do. Like, at first I used to get FOMO, but now when I even miss it, I'm just like, yeah, I was right.
Same, coach.
Yeah, I had FOMO, but I woke up, I'm like, that's not even worth it for me to trade. Like, that's just too much. They can say one thing, you can just get screwed.
Oh, yeah.
I like the days where it's just an easy 10 pips, and that's it.
Ooh, surge, very nice. Surge did a good job today.
Oh, it would have been way nicer.
Man, you caught
Had I
that.
not got stopped out on that second short.
Imagine you would have held a runner from like $14.99 when you sold gold.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, especially when there's a huge drop like that,
Yeah.
I just get way too nervous to hold.
Man.
Like, I'd rather just close it, keep my profit, and then if it's going to continue down, just re-enter.
Wow, that runner would have been up a nice $600.
Yeah. That's okay.
But hey, you did good
That
for
was
the
right
day.
on direction.
Yeah. Yeah, this week has been pretty nice. Really nice week. Like the start of the week was pretty rangy, you know, like on GJ, and then these last 2 days just nuts.
Oh, gold just did a beautiful retest and we missed it.
Wow, 1483 almost.
Have a look on the 5 minute, Rakeel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you just draw a line at the wicks of that previous 5 minute candle, you'll see it on the 1 hour. Yeah, just draw a line like around there, and then just go to the 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
See?
Yeah, I see it. Would have been pretty risky.
Yeah, but when gold's in momentum, it will just always tap the last, the closest support or whatever. I see that happen all the time. Easy 20 pips.
Point. I always see that too. I feel like it's a data point, like an algo or something.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I seem to start to see that more and more.
God damn it, 1482.
Jesus.
Yeah, this move is...
Drop pain. Oh my god.
Instead of 1475.
Move is...
Look at it go. Jeez.
Well, these buys off the 4 hour are gonna be nice.
Buys where?
On the 4 hour, right at this, coming up to this level right here. Fuck. I could get out of my way.
Tap 1482 exactly.
Yeah, if you're a new trader, I wouldn't even trade today.
Like, hell no. Thing is, I'm kind of panicking every time I think it's going to move back because some news will come or something can just jump all the way back in like seconds. So it's kind of got my head thinking a bit.
Yeah, me too. It's almost not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at getting GG at like 35, I think it was, 135, and I've just kept it going since then, so I'm not going to lose anything now, but you never know, we can just switch around ever so fast.
Imagine if this weekly or daily candle flips bullish.
I was
Gold.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Especially last night, I was looking at it, I thought, could it do it?
It'll be so funny.
Uh-oh, here we go, it's all going to change. It's the moves.
Oh God, 5 people have been stabbed in Manchester.
Oh man, you're behind the times. That was ages ago, wasn't it?
Today, right?
Yeah, I got that earlier.
Yeah, I know. They're talking. No, this is an alert to say that the counter-terrorism police are leading investigation.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
So it sounds like they think it's terror-related.
Yeah. Didn't that happen in Manchester before? Terror-related stabbing, really?
Yeah, you might be right.
I think it was Manchester. Oh no, it's where they'd done that bomb, wasn't it? At that concert.
Terror stabbing. Shit. Yeah. That's the problems we need to have in the US.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Terror stabbing.
There you go, 1481.
Alright, up 6 pips. Up 7 pips.
You took that buy?
Yeah, I took that buy. I told you guys.
Oh man, that's too sketchy for me.
It's risky.
I know it's real risky.
Yep.
But that's the way I trade.
I took risk. The sells on gold.
That's the way I trade.
Hi, Ted.
Good morning.
Morning, Ted.
Morning. Sells on gold. We should tap into 1474 today.
Wow, 1481.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
I'm so angry. I had 1494 last night and I got stopped.
Oh
shit!
Because remember I said that in the chat yesterday. I said we're gonna go to 1473, and then I get stopped out for some stupidity, and then I wake up and I look and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I'm 30 pips up now, but it's just like, damn it.
Yeah, fuck you, God.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, actually, no, it's gold saying "fuck you, Ted." Fuck you. Everything.
Yeah, well, I just took it on the on the 15-minute. That was easy trade.
Yeah.
Probably just close. It's Friday, right? Do you guys close all your trades?
Yeah.
I'm out of everything apart from 111 GJ. I've done about 250.
Yeah, GJ did massive.
Dude,
at 137.
It was that quick this morning. I could only get in at 35, 135 at the secondary kind of thing. So I got in from there all the way up to now. So decent, but that move this morning was too quick for me to find a decent entry. So I was kind of expecting it to come back a little bit when it kind of didn't.
Yeah.
GJ might push up again.
Yeah,
I just closed gold for 30 pips. So. I'm done for the. I think this was the easiest day in the world.
Yep.
Capitalize when these come.
Someone messaged me saying, "Hey man, will GJ go up more? This is my first 1K trade." And I said, "Just secure it."
Well, Raja said it last night on Instagram. DJ and gold run like trains. Get out of their way before you get run over.
Yeah. Gold just broke 1488 and it's straight down, and like the weekly's gonna fill this wick.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I said 1474
Yeah.
is a very easy target right now. Like 1474 on the daily, because it'll tap into that daily zone. But the problem is too. It's Friday.
Left head, yeah, because it's Friday. I was watching that one to the left, closest to the biggest bullish one.
I'm more pissed off about GJ, because GJ 137. That I said that yesterday. We had from like 135 to 137, and it blew through 137.
Hey, we called it. Did we not call it?
Yeah, but I told everybody they didn't have to worry about it, but now I'm worried about it because we blew through that.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
I mean, there's got to be some, like you said, with the news and stuff this weekend. You never know what's going to happen. This could all come crashing down pretty quick. So,
well, so the interesting part about 137 right now is we are now going back into the weekly range.
Yep.
So this actually is this was what I was talking about back in January with the flash crash wick. That is the flash crash wick now filled.
Yep.
If you look to the left, the great thing about that is now we're going to start normal market movement. So you've got from 137 to 139, and then from 139 to 141, then 141 to 143, and then going back up into the weekly range, because the weekly support.
Yeah, 143 in it. Ish.
Yeah, the weekly support was around 141. That's where, like, before Brexit, it was like 141. So now I'm going to be hunting buys, and that's where I'm going to look to hold if that's the case, if we're going to continue to go up.
I actually, the one that I started at 135 was a pretty big lot, and I thought, is it really going to get back into the 40s in the next couple of weeks? I was like, should I just keep it?
Yeah, I think now.
I couldn't see it coming back to 35 unless we have like a news thing.
Yeah, I think, but the good thing is now we're going into the weekly and back into the weekly zone. Like 137, 350 was a very heavy resistance.
Yeah. And you know what I was saying the other day about EG as well? I know you don't track
Yeah, EG.
You got back into the 90s. And
that's right.
89, 900, I think.
Yeah, EG just flew through 89 all the way to 87.
And it's spiked up, massive grab, and then it's game over. And I didn't take it because I got onto GJ instead. But we're still plenty of movement down on that as well. So
gold is still pushing.
Yeah. Wow. Once a day. Good Friday anyway.
Gold has dropped $15 since we called it this morning.
I woke up late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it drew that spaceship which you talk about.
Yep. The triangle spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spaceship lost a wheel over here and everything just fell.
Yeah.
No thorns down there.
Well, I mean, when you look at the daily wick, once this is what I saw right away last night, and I'm so pissed off I got stopped out over here. Is this once this got filled, was going next, and then we were coming down to here. That's exactly what I saw, but I got stopped out because look, it wicked up all the way to like 1504 or whatever, and I was in at 1494. I couldn't hold. But I mean, I took.
You've got going on that. Would you be tempted to hold that?
Well, no, I did. I got in at 1494, and right at 9 o'clock at the Asian Open, it stopped me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right? Because I was up 30, or I was up, 25 pips or 24 pips, and I saw this getting filled. Like, this got filled right away, and I'm like, perfect. Once that breaks through, we're going all the way down, and I'll hold the trade overnight again. But then it stopped me out within 5 minutes, and I ended up, getting 5 pips out of it, and then I woke up late today, and I missed even more of the move.
You need at least 70 pips to be safe.
Because this move here on the hourly candle was so easy, because you had the wick down, and as soon as we broke support over at 1490, you're off to the races.
Yeah,
It's a $10 move in 1 hour. That's huge.
Yep.
Someone's thinking about gold buys?
No, no.
Who? Kevin. Who's Kevin?
I took gold buys for 9 pips.
Oh, Kevon. Oh yeah, Kevon can do whatever he wants.
1440 by the end of the day. That's heavy.
That's heavy.
If that's still that, if it goes there.
1440. You living in heaven right now, or what?
This is that range we talked about yesterday. From what was it? 1430.
1440. Wow.
It's a big jump.
I honestly think gold pushed down hard because of the good market news. Yeah, the future data is probably good, but the other thing is too, there's people that are now, I think, are hedging against the tariff data, like the discussions going positive, so they're hedging with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would you say 8 o'clock there's going to be a big pullback? Yep. There's going to be a huge pullback at 8 o'clock.
They're going to pull back right there.
Yeah, it's starting right now.
All right, I'm done for the day. Damn, I had to grip my nuts on that one 11.
Gotta be in it, dude. You gotta be in it.
I was banking on that 8 o'clock pullback. I was up like 9 pips and I didn't take it. I was like, okay, can we stack a little bit more? My first entry was horrible, man. That shit screwed me over. Let me see. US 30.
Yeah, I think you can grab buys now, or sell, sorry, under 1492 with gold. Let the wick be created at 14, like whatever happening here, and under 1492, I think you're good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Can't wait to see this one later.
Come on, give us a strong push so we can get those sales.
So we'll keep going up.
Morning.
I can get a brand new entry at a better one that I just took like 5 minutes ago.
I'll probably get my first entry at 1491.
I think it's gonna go. It's gonna
I
retest
usually got
1491.
Huh?
I think it's gonna retest 1491.
I was thinking 1486.
With the push, hopefully with the push coming in the market.
Potential for 91. Oh, wow.
Damn, we don't got no news today? Oh, CPI at 10? That's it. Come on.
Well, I mean, you can put an order in below 1482 or 1483, and then you're okay.
Yeah, I consider it, yeah.
Let this wick as high as it can, and then turn around. Let it do what it does.
on, bastard. Push.
GJ will probably start to push very soon back up to 350, so that's good.
Nice little pullback.
Yeah.
You're looking at 5 minutes and 15 minutes for GJ, Ted?
I just looked at the hourly and I could see that a wick already got formed, or it's starting to form. So once it turns bullish, I'll jump into smaller time frames.
I'm looking at the 15 minute. 15 minute just made a wick and it's kind of push up.
Oh, Ted.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that IG audit, man. I went through and I audited a lot of fucking people last night. A lot. How you came across that anyways?
Someone else had it on their IG, so I just copied it.
I added a signal provider who has over 400,000 followers in what it says like 45% of its followers are real, some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mine said I have 68% real, 64%.
Yeah, I was like at 70 or something like that, so I think that's okay.
I have to get Q Banks, but his is organic, 100%. His is the high percent. He's like 80%. I just had to audit. I just want to see the number. I didn't audit Rakeel boy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Sean? I didn't audit Sean. Forgot about Sean. Rakeel bestie.
Seriously.
Leaving people high and dry. High and dry.
With a 70% drawdown.
What's that?
With 70% drawdown, Sean. No, we had a discussion earlier about him.
A motherfucker got a blue check mark?
Yeah, because if you show your face enough, you get one.
Oh, okay.
Is that how it works?
Oh crap! He's actually at 80%. Wow.
Yeah, you can get a blue check mark. Anyone can now. You just have to make sure your face is shown and you have over a certain amount of followers or whatever.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, Q Banks should have got like a blue check like years ago. Not to say that he's fake or anything. It's just I find it really strange.
Well, I don't. Maybe it didn't apply.
Yeah, because you could apply for it.
Oh, you gotta apply for it. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you just give it to based on some type of criteria.
And, Nah, unless you're a celebrity, you know what I mean. But regular folks gotta apply for it.
Yeah, you gotta apply for it.
I applied for it. My 500 followers didn't do it, man.
Wow, these pullbacks are nice.
Yep.
So it looks like this hour we might have a replay of yesterday where we keep pushing back up and then we start to pull down afterwards. But I think for gold, opportunities exist perhaps below 1482, or sorry, below 1483. I think that's where the opportunity exists. And with GJ, we gotta wait for support to be held. So the support on the 15, you're probably looking at around 136, 681. Once that gets held, then we should continue further up. But right now, it's pulling back hard, which is great.
I was expecting this current 50-minute candle to stay above the previous one, as the previous one had no weakness. Yeah, but no, it's not happening.
Yeah, no, I think there'll be a massive pullback, and a wick started towards 830. So start looking at EJ or GJ around like 815, 820. We'll start to see the opportunity. There's always a massive pullback with GJ, anyways.
So at 8 o'clock it pulls back a bit, and then at 8:30.
Always does. Well, no, because GJ, for the most part, if the first half hour pulls back, the second half hour is the move usually.
Okay.
I think it's just gonna range here because look at the way it's moved so much.
Could be just a step up again. It's got to find the design again.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is it just you basically, like Raja just said, you have this consolidation box, and then you're looking for it to break out. So the idea is it may go a little bit further here, and then at that point, then it starts to push that way, similar to what you have right over here.
Yeah.
Same idea here, same idea here, right? So that's all that's happening right now.
Actually held my nerve today. I was in at that first box on the left, and I nearly closed on the second box. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to hold it now. I'm putting top out. And I kept going. Marvelous.
Yeah, this trade over here would have been very easy because once it created that support, you know where it was going. This one's going to be a little bit tricky because it's going to keep pulling down a bit more as we start the New York session.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get stopped out of that now. I was at like 62. That's 146, 62.
I don't, like I said, I don't think that we should pull back to over here. I can't see us pulling back all the way down here. That's ludicrous. Because then that's a massive retest all the way back down.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, unless there's news to say that.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You never know. That's just going to whip it all back to the bottom.
Yeah, black box, I tend to agree, but the thing is, at the same time, we've been at such a low for so long, so it does make sense that GJ has pushed this hard. It's just, yeah, I mean, if we're looking at that, 137, 350 could be a heavy resistance for the day, and then next week we start this again. But yeah, you just wait for the candles to flip and you should be okay. Gold will be a nice move down still. Because this area here will get filled, and then eventually it'll just drop into here. So that your trade basically, you can probably get in around over here, and then take that whole entire move down. Unless everything just pulls back for the rest of the day.
my day ended an hour and a half ago.
If not, I'm closing and take what I got and call it a day. Just waiting for the third one to see. If not, I'm closing and take what I got.
Elevator to go down in gold. Elevator music. Yeah, got a little bit of the McDonald's arch going.
I was looking at that.
Yeah. Raja's got the 5-minute open. He's looking to hunt it.
No, I'm actually looking at this 1482. I'm looking to see if it's going to bounce away from it. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to drive through it and then.
Yeah, I've got my pens below there.
Yeah. And if you're watching GJ, it might be starting to come around right now.
I've got my eye right on that.
Yeah, on the 15-minute, you'll see, like I was telling you, 8:15, 8:30 time, we start to make a change in direction. We might have that with this 15-minute candle.
If you look at that on the 5 as well, it's created off the bottom of the previous bodies as well.
Yes. Yeah, so if we hold this support, there's a good opportunity.
Been a while since I've had a 58 pip runner. I was just thinking, I was just looking, I actually don't know how far that is. I thought it's a long way.
Yeah. took a massive loss in London session, not trading when the passive revenge trade. So it's, I mean, don't consider it revenge trading if you're taking smart entries again, and you're sticking to your rules. Like a lot of people are fearful now of over trading and revenge trading. When the market is moving hard, you should try and capitalize on it in some regard, but don't just jump into it again. Like really evaluate the position, and you might find that there's opportunity there.
Still need to set entry criteria.
Yeah, like just try and do that.
So much momentum though. You pretty up the main idea where it's going is already done. So
Yeah, and I mean, it's sort of like we talked about gold, is if it breaks a certain area, maybe there's an opportunity for a trade there, and then you can take that trade, right? And that's sort of how you would not revenge trade, because what you would do is you calm yourself down and say, okay, if we break this level, then I'm going to try and take a position here and let that trade run, so to speak.
yeah.
It's like gold hears us when we talk about where we're dropping to. It literally dropped to 1482 and pulled all the way back. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, the institutions.
I think the move on gold is done. It's just gonna play around here and just Friday, and then just gonna die off.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And do similar to what it did above the orange line.
Because I'm looking for moves now. To me, it just seems like chasing. Because man, gold fell like what? $15.
My only thing to that is we have the whole New York session for them to push through. So there has to be something that comes through the actual New York session. That's the only issue. Is this move happened before New York, and that's not healthy for the New York session. So I think there's going to be, like you said, one more move, but it's not going to be as big as this one. It's just there has to be a move through. Chad, do you have criteria for when you take 8 or 10 pips, or you just let it run for 20 or 30 pips? Well, I mean, it's just basically support and resistance, right? What I'm looking for is where's my support, where's my resistance, and how close are we to those levels, right? And then what levels are we on? Like today was pretty easy with gold, because when you saw the daily candle or even the hourly candle on gold, you could see that as we went across, once we broke down through that support, it was sort of what happened yesterday, that we would continue on and gold would push harder. And then you can see that there's a daily level at 1474. So there was an opportunity there, hey, that we could go further down, but 1480 is a very, very hard support. Yeah, gold on the 5 minute, it's holding this little range area. So, we're just waiting to see what takes place here. UTO pullback will come at 8 o'clock. What means is it due to New York session? Yes, we talk about this every day. 8 o'clock, there's a pullback because of the New York session. It's every day for the last 2 years we've talked about this on the live stream, or a year and a half on the live stream. There's always a pullback at 8 o'clock. Sometimes, well, I mean, I wouldn't say always, but 90% of the time, there's always a pullback because of the New York session.
I'm getting that emotional heartbeat thing going. I'm going to get stopped out in a minute. I'm not, please. I'm not going to complain. There's plenty of pips, but I would like to see it continue. Don't know. Also, once that's done, that's me done for the day. There's no more.
And I think you're with GJ. I think you're okay. If it pulls down, it would, for the most part, it would just probably wick up.
Yeah.
Because it's holding that support on the 30-minute, unless it just drives down in the next 5 minutes. It seems to be holding that. And GJ normally pulls down heavy, and then whipsaws right back up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did at that previous kind of area.
That's right.
Before I got out into, before I carried on up.
So is it possible to make consistent money just because of the pullbacks at 8 a.m.? Well, I mean, once again, Run Dan, you have to backtest that, and you have to decide if that's worth your while to do pullbacks. It's not worth my while to try and counter trend trades. And as you can see, like we said, all we're doing is we're waiting for this over here to break, and then we will take positions. But you can see that there's no candle showing us that. Raja says we're going up, so we're going up today.
I think there's going to be balloons and all sorts on Instagram tonight.
What do you think of CAD news, Raja? I don't think Raja's trading anymore for today. I think he got his move that he wanted.
I wasn't on at the start, so I wasn't sure if anyone took any trades early.
I think it was the GJ trades.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I wish I could just fast forward the freaking market, man.
I think GJ killed many accounts this week.
I think so too. Everyone calling tops, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, the weekly range is about 280 pips, something like that. And this week it's been like 704 right now. So it's double the weekly range. So many people who believes in weekly ranges and trade in that positions, they are like 300 pips on drawdown. It's crazy, man. In 2 days, every day, like today, today already moved 350 pips is the net change from today. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's a little nutty.
How can you be annoyed at making 44 pips? That's done now. A little bit deeper than I expected.
I still believe there's gonna be some correction to that price. I don't know if that's gonna happen during today or over the weekend. They're gonna cap down this price.
Yeah, I think for sure over the weekend after the Parliament talks and bits and bobs.
Came up to a daily level, so Black Box was saying the same thing. He was talking about this earlier. He said there would be a pullback, which is good because this pullback then, I mean, all that happens is you get essentially you will get opportunities next week.
Where is everyone?
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Right now, it's probably just gonna pin the 136 500s and continue going up. But
I think you could get an open down to 35 500 something, or 35 something like that, and then come back.
All right.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Better
Mike.
now.
Mike.
Cool. So I'm looking for sales of gold around 1487 for a 1 hour retest, and then it should fill the 4 hour wick. I don't see the 4 hour, otherwise it doesn't make
How far
sense
back?
to me that the 4 hour candles, because if it closes up there, then sorry.
I was just how far back you think it's going to go? About 90 or not that far?
Nah, well, anywhere around 87, 88, which is like the lows of that, the extreme, right? Somewhere around there. Yeah, because the 4 hour, you see, like, obviously, strong drop on the 4 hour, but it's like leaving this big wick.
Yeah.
Or it's starting to. Obviously, if it pulls up, then I'm expecting come New York Open, we should fill down.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's see what happens.
Yep. Even more on a low, my lot size is that good Friday.
Right.
This is like my best day of the week so far.
This 30-minute candle close bearish on GG. Let's see if they pull back from there. Test the high. Ted, are you expecting kind of a slow New York session today?
Well, I was saying that it didn't make sense that the whole move for gold, as an example, happened before the New York session. There should be still some more opportunity. Yeah, I'm watching gold right now, and it's starting to do its pattern where we're starting to push down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like once we start to break a little bit more, there might be an opportunity there. The hour still is bullish. So hopefully it does start to drop a bit, and if it does turn bearish, we might have an opportunity where we plow right through that wick. Because the idea is here that the target would be to fill this area here.
Yeah, but you're looking below the 1481.50.
Yeah. Is it weird that the move happened before market open? Somewhat. I mean, but we don't know why all of a sudden things just flew through. Because of JPY strong because of typhoon. I don't know about that. I don't know what a typhoon would have to do with the yen being strong.
I think I could probably answer that. I mean, normally what happens is that there's like say for instance, a national disaster in, let's say, Japan, right? Now what happens is, say for instance that some infrastructure is destroyed, right? You're gonna have insurance. So what happens is that the insurance companies are gonna be demanding in yen. So maybe that's why he's saying that. That makes sense.
But I don't think it would move gold.
Oh no, for sure, no. If you're talking about the yen, yeah, but gold, no, I don't see the correlation between that.
And there's been everything with every yen pair has gone up.
Oh, well, okay, I don't know what he's talking about then.
Like the GJ is bullish, EJ is bullish.
Yeah, it's the opposite. JPY pairs are weak.
Yeah. I mean, the yen is weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I don't. Okay. I can understand if they were strengthening, but for whatever reason. But like if they're all weak, then that doesn't make sense. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like saying the U.S. currency gets weak when there's a hurricane.
Holy Moses!
It's
Wow.
a normal.
Oh.
CAD just got wrecked.
Okay, what's the news event on that now? Because that's
Good.
like unemployment dropped in Canada. Oh, man, I gotta start paying attention on man. I wish I wasn't at work right now. Damn it. Watching a stream at work and I'm like looking and not catching any tips right now. All you financially independent people. Oh.
It's not when I'm sitting at home, I'm not catching anything yet.
Oh, well, I guess at least you're sitting at home though. I'm not.
Pretty comfy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this hour on gold will probably be a fake out, and the next hour may just plummet. This is similar to, if you look at the hourly candles, Rakeel, go to the hourly candles. This reminds me of things like this.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Like just, where we have this candle here, and then it just crashes down again.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, I think for that we'll need a 15-minute bearish as well, because from what I can see, it might just do a little that crazy retest before just spiking.
That's right.
Look at USD CAD. Already looked at USD CAD. It went down. Why did the CAD tank so hard? Isn't that news good for currency? Yes. The news was good for CAD, which made USD CAD go down. Obviously makes sense for it to go down. If you don't know why news was good for CAD and USD CAD went down, you got to go back to babypips.com and learn about currencies. Market manipulated, starting from 3% correction up 5% and then strong signal other way, easy money. I have no idea what that means. No clue at all. Oh, someone caught USD CAD sells. Very nice. Beautiful. Yawn. Strong resistance. Arrow going down. Perfect.
full margin sell gold.
Morning, Raja.
Hey, good morning.
When the market is in momentum,
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to get a 30-minute confirmation. Would you agree with that? When it's moving like that, you kind of got to drop down to the lower time frames if you want to get a decent entry. Because I've been trying to wait for the 30, and by the time the 30 comes, the move's already moved 50 pips, and then at that point, I'm like, I can't jump in now.
Which chart, what time, what pair was that on?
Mostly GJ.
GJ. Well, GJ had a bunch of opportunities, like on the 15-minute right over here. There was a 15-minute opportunity here early in the morning around 6 a.m. And some people got in on the 5-minute confirmations down over here and up over here. Because when it's moving this much, you're looking at the size of the 30-minute candles. So obviously the 30-minute candles are not going to, like, the 60-pip candle. You got a 100-pip candle.
Yeah, like you can't jump in on those. You gotta.
Yeah, well, you could have, because this can't. The thing is, with experience, you would have known that this is not rejection, and what you would have done is you would have put a pending order right over there on the 30-minute, and if you had mapped out support and resistance, you would have seen that we were right in the middle of a zone from 135, and you could have plotted up to 137 at that point.
Even in the hour, you can do that in the hourly, because you're gonna have a wake up and you know that you're in momentum, and most of the time, as soon as the hour candle open, you're gonna feel the wick.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, my interest on GJ today came off the 5-minute, just on the basis it was just breaking out a little zone.
Yeah, I mean, like for an example here with this zone over here as an example, you would have had to say, I'm going on the basis that if this box fails to break down, that we're going to break up above, and then I would take trades above that. Yeah. And then all you're doing is you're mapping out your resistance level, which was basically right over here, and you're saying, okay, I'll probably close maybe over here for safety, and then you get that minor spike that comes up here, but it's whatever. So the same thing. So now when you're looking at entries here for GJ, we're talking about sort of the same thing. Is you're saying if this forms support, right? I don't know if it's going to, because we said originally that this was going to form support and it didn't. If that forms support, then what I'm doing is I'm looking to take entries, say, probably above this level here, going up there, right? So that's what you're trying to do, is you frame that idea and you say, hey, this is what the opportunity is. How would you know that wasn't rejection? Because we have momentum. The candle, there's a difference, right? When you look at candle structure and understand what's happening, like this here, this isn't rejection. We're still going to go further up. What you would need, once again, and this is very straightforward, you just have to look at your charts and say, where have we turned direction? Direction turns when your candle looks like this, right? Direction doesn't turn when your candle looks like this. It's very rare. You need a candle that has a bigger top wick than the body of the candle, more than not. And it should be a bearish candle. Like, you can't turn around and say we're going down when you have this candle here that's bullish. Like that to me doesn't make any sense at all. And then you can argue, well, Ted, look at all this, it's dropped. Yeah, this is just a pullback. GJ always has massive pullbacks. We know that. But it to me, this candle here is not a signal to me that we're selling off. It just means that we've reached a point of exhaustion, and that we have to just wait for the candles now to flip again to continue further up. This is where people get into trouble, because they see this as rejection, and then they start selling, and then you don't know where you're supposed to sell to, and then you can see like there's maybe a support being built here, and then suddenly this candle flies up on the 5-minute and pushes you out. That's sort of the issue, is when you look at trading, the idea is, okay, this was your move right here. This is nothing. You don't look at this until we have continued direction, or we have a wick that looks like this to drive us further down. And even if this goes down, like even if we go down to here, in the long term, trying to take these kind of trades will kill your kill your basic. It will kill your account, because look as an example here, right? You have this here, and then these wicks start to go down, right? And then all of a sudden you have one candle that blows by. Same thing here, right? So when you start looking at that and you start looking at historic ideas and you start to try and get in on trades like that, you'll start to realize how fast you're going to get burned. It's not safe. It's not a safe idea. You might think it's a safe idea, but like I've said in the past, just because you see something happening in the market doesn't mean you have to take the opportunity. What you have to do is you have to separate yourself and say, what is the good opportunity versus the bad opportunity? If GJ has been bullish for the last 2 days, why am I trying to take a sell? No matter what the market's telling me or what it's doing, why am I trying to take a sell? That's what you have to ask yourself in your head. Why am I being stupid? You are not an institution. You don't have to play the retracement game and then the push back up game. You don't have to do that. You have to wait for us to come back up here and then take the trade to continue moving up. That's your goal as a trader. You know, it's just people try and do stupidity because they want to look good in front of others. They want to have, well, I caught the sell from this top here. And it's like, you know what? Run this trade 10 times over and tell me how good that sell would have been when this candle will rip right back up and it stops you out, instead of taking a position where you have momentum and you can say, hey, this trade is going to continue moving in that direction. Similar to this candle, similar to this candle. That's the smarter ideas. And that's where you should be putting your money, in the smart money. Don't get caught in these ideas of, well, we rejected this zone here, Ted, so I'm going to take sells. This will work, and the one day that it doesn't, it will blow your account, because you don't know how far down we're going. If there was a clear rejection, if we had clear rejection, and then you saw another candle clear rejection, and then another candle clear rejection, then I would say, yes, that is correct, because we're grabbing opportunities here to continue further down. But here, to me, there's no clear rejection. It's just exhaustion for the move to continue. That's all.
That's kind of the reason why I didn't get in. Well, I was looking at when it was at 134.5, and that's kind of the same reason why I didn't get in then, because I wasn't sure what was happening there, and I waited for that little consolidation there at 35.
Yeah.
And you know, boxed out, and I waited for it to break out that box and carry on. And from there, nothing's ever come back to test the big move candle, if that makes sense. Nothing's exceeded it, so I wouldn't even consider it. 2 15-minute candles is never enough for me to even think, oh, okay, let's go the other way.
Yeah.
It's not ever.
Why is your 15-minute candle not bullish? It's bullish. Your 15-minute candle is bullish on GJ right now.
Yep.
It's bullish. There's a bit of a delay on the stream, so you might not see it right away, but it's bullish.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to be very annoyed if this carries on up now from here.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't think it would be sitting over there.
Because looking at the last two, they kind of stayed in the same kind of little area.
Just waiting for these gold cells.
Yeah. Would it be wise to wait for the 4-hour candle and 15-minute to create a wick and go up? Yeah, probably. The higher time frame confirmation, the better it would be. So basically wait for a breakout on consolidation. Well, pro trader, that's basically what you should be doing if you're a pro trader. Gold sells will probably happen next hour. Oh man, I don't want the move to start now. Is this going to be one of those 8:59 moves in? Where's Simon?
Hey, 1474, Ted, that's where we're going.
Yeah, yeah, I got that too. I just don't know what we're doing with this retest here because
Yeah.
I don't want to get caught at 8.59 where it drops like $6 for something stupid.
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking maybe sell stops under 1482, maybe.
Yeah, that's what we were talking earlier, to take sell stops at that. So I mean, it does make sense to drop. Yeah, so maybe 1482 still sell stop. Yeah, okay. Looks good to me. Yeah, that's actually good. I just put one in. Risk seeker would buy right now. I don't know what that means. Man, I wish people's, like, I understand that English isn't people's first language, but man, when you type things, it's just, it's so hard to understand. And I mean, I'm not trying to be critical, but at least just make simple sentences. Like, I know English isn't people's first language, but make like a complete sentence with like like a noun, an adjective, or a verb, just so that I understand the context. Because these like hashtag sentences, I can't understand the context.
Hashtag sentences.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's just, you know, like, just do a complete sentence. Even if it's a longer sentence and you think it looks childish, just do that, because it just helps us understand a little bit more. That's all. You know, because like saying, so basically you know, it's like risk seeker would buy right now. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Risk seeker, like what is this, heartbreaker? Like, have you been following the Mike Postel allegations? Yeah, he cheated. It's obvious. There's no doubt in my mind, playing a 5-5 game and you have a headpiece in your hat, that you've cheated. My, you understand not? Yeah, that's exactly it.
Very good. Yeah. What's that? Someone been cheating at poker? Been caught?
Yeah, this guy was on a live stream playing like a 5-5 game, and he was winning like all these crazy hands, and they caught him cheating, and now he's denying it.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Uncle Ted, can you talk about your best and worst trade ever? No, because my best trade hasn't happened yet, and neither is my worst trade. I'm still trading. How do you master trading psychology? Experience and education. The more experience you have, the more confidence you get in the markets, and the more education you have, the easier it is for you to make decisions. That is how you master trading psychology. Because I guarantee you, and I say this at least once every 2 weeks, stand up right now. You don't have to tell your brain to stand up. You just stand up. That is confidence, and you've mastered the art of standing up. It's just it's the same idea in that regard. If I trade news with an Islamic account, bigger spread, does a slip happen again like on a normal account? Yeah, your account it doesn't matter what type of account you have.
Yeah, slip. That's gonna happen always.
Yeah, it's irrelevant, the account.
Sounds like another Instagram questions.
Yeah, why Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index is marked as high impact news? Does it really important data for the economy? I guess so.
See, with that question, I would do my research instead of asking about it, because it's just like, how much people know about just the Michigan thing? I don't even know about it, but I would do some research on it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just assume if it's high impact, someone's already done the research and they say it's high impact. That's sort of my thought process, right? Like if you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you you're sick, I assume he knows what he's talking about because he's the doctor, right? Like, I'm not going to question the doctor. I just assume he's working in my best interest. So if someone's already marked it as high impact news, I assume it's very good. How are you, Raja, both able to control the computer screen? No, Raja controls it. I just ask him to move things for me, and he does it. I don't have.
Oh, we can annotate.
Yeah, we can annotate on it.
This is a dark joke, but you know, it's like Ted is the brain and Raja is the body.
Oh, there you go. Raja's a cyborg.
I love you, Raja.
Stop hunt is part of market cycle. Sure. It's whatever you want it to be.
Wait, what?
Is the stop hunt a part of the market cycle? Sure.
Okay, whatever.
Ted, if you check gold, it's at resistance. If you go back to October 1st, yeah, it's probably at resistance at some sort of level somewhere in some distant time. I mean, I'm looking at the hourly candle creating a top wick. So my thought process here is if this hourly candle creates this top wick, that means it's collecting orders for it to go down. Simon sort of helped us out here and said that 1482 would be good buy area or good sell areas. So I put a pending order at 1482. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, see, also if this 30-minute now is closing in 6 minutes, if this closes bearish, then that gives more confidence for the next one to just wick up and.
Yep, that is very
And
true.
you still have the 4-hour candle, which is a long wick down, so you should fill at least half of that wick.
Is there a video game that improves Forex trading? Call of Duty.
Seriously? Come on, man.
With that Forex simulator.
I mean, the Forex simulator could be maybe a game, I guess.
Because he loves the game.
This is a big game. This is a live version.
Yes. Who took GJ buys? I haven't taken GJ buys yet. I'm waiting for the hour to close, and I will try and get in on the next hour because there might be a pullback on the next hour. But more importantly, I think you have range from 137.73 to 137.350. So you have opportunity there. So don't rush too much. But GJ buys, if you got in early, probably are going to work out for your favor. Because we see that there's a support was created on the 15 and 30 minute, so it looks like you might have the opportunity and you got in a little early, but that might help. Teach us more about pending orders as in placing stop orders to avoid whipsaws to trigger order stop loss getting hit. Yep, you can go through all the YouTube channels, the YouTube videos on the channels because we talk about doing all that. Raja has 60 videos of learning material that teaches you how to execute trades.
And then we have 37 videos of live sessions where those techniques are implemented.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
yeah, it's a good one.
100 videos.
Yep, and they're 3 hours long. That's a lot of education.
Sorry I'm late. That's okay. You don't have to apologize to us. Apologize to yourself.
Yes, you should be sorry for yourself. You're late now and you have missed a lot of things. There's the 5-minute turning. This is exactly what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Once it breaks below 1482.83.
Yeah, that's a good option.
Are we expecting sales here?
Who is we?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That sounds like a signal, man.
I'm just watching. I'm not in anything. I took my trade in the morning.
We're expecting sells on gold and buys on GJ.
Yes.
Those are the two ideas that we mapped out. Yep. What is Raja's channel?
Oh, my bad.
Raja's channel is right here.
Watching.
Sorry, I'm new here. Go watch the YouTube channel, so that will help you. Don't ask questions like that. You can go use the YouTube channel. That will help you out. Raja and Ted, can you briefly explain wick fills? Yep. Go to the YouTube channel. Watch the video on wick fills. But the 4-hour candle will open in 4 minutes. Isn't it too risky to activate on the sell stop? Well, if that is too risky for you, Cardi Hack, then don't add a sell stop.
It depends on your targets and stuff, isn't it? Everyone's individual.
Oh, absolutely.
GJ is running a train now, so whoever got in on that, congratulations.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my buys on GJ. I took the buys on 136,500. So before this opens.
Kerwin, it seems like you're on a airplane and you're trying to send us messages.
That's a nice entry, Kerwin.
You said 131.
Hi guys, I want to ask, is it recommended to start with small deposits? Nope. It's not recommended. Mr. Ted, are we buying or selling GJ? Well, take a look at the 15-minute chart and you tell me what we should be doing.
We're buying.
That's cheating.
You know what the funny thing is, when you go to my page, my YouTube page, the first thing you see on my YouTube page, if YouTube loads and doesn't embarrasses me, because it's still loading now. Oh, fuck you, YouTube.
Shiny teeth, don't you?
Oh
no.
Where is it? Oh, it doesn't show. It doesn't show there anymore.
Were you trying to show what Instagram shows with the like the buys and the sells?
Yeah. It's like this. This video shows, and on the side it has the rules written on it. Don't ask this. Don't say this. Don't say that.
I thought that would be your opening video, like your video for your channel.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Oh,
you should do that, Raquel.
yeah. When
Maybe
there's
because you own the channel.
yeah, because when there's no live running, that's the first video it shows.
Ah, I see. Anyway, how's my microphone today? Is it any better?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah. That's right. I think he's winding up. He keeps telling me it's really quiet. Right. New hour.
Yeah, we may have a pullback on GG now. That's why I was saying before. I don't know if you guys understand, but I took my buys on 136,500.
Yep.
Based on I saw the pins and the 15-minute, the first 15-minute close bullish, so that gave me the confidence to hold the trade for a little longer. So I took 32 pips.
Yeah, well.
I think buys above 880 will be good now for GJ.
Yeah, I think, and get back into that other, yeah.
Yeah, 136, 880. I think you're good if it pulls up, because I think that last hour candle was sort of a booby trap candle.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it's creating liquidity, so I think you might
use about 800 as your SL, somewhere like that.
I would use stop loss at 720.
720.
Yeah, if we go to 880, I would use 720 as a stop loss, and then I'd hope that this candle now breaks all the way up to 138, 340. I mean, you could even use the stop loss like on the 30-minute candle. You could probably use this as your stop loss here.
Yeah.
And just assume that once this candle here breaks up, it should be easy, and then you can use this as your stop loss afterwards and eventually move it into profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once just GJ trade hits this area here, you have a decision. You either close here, or then at this point you would move your stop loss and take profit over there probably.
Yeah.
It should be pretty straightforward, this trade, if it does what it's supposed to.
Minute candle on gold is pushing nicely.
Yeah. There you go. Someone's drawing out those. Very nice.
And that's where what I think is gonna happen on this thing.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's happening.
UJ looks like it's going, daily looks like it's going straight to 138. 138?
It's happening. So is it possible to say it's going up to grab liquidity to go down? Yeah, it is possible. Anything's possible.
At this point on GG, anything is possible.
Oh, they're saying gold there.
Oh, gold?
Yeah. Yeah, gold. GJ should potentially break up all the way to 137, 350. So we should see that coming very shortly.
Then EJ can break above 122. 120. Can EJ break up above 120? I'm thinking 120, 1-2.
120? Oh, not today.
Not, yeah.
We're at 119.
EJ? No.
120.
Wait,
maybe. Well, that's, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are you looking on what time frame?
Maybe next week. But
I'm
it
looking at 4 hours.
could tap it.
Yeah, it could tap it, but then I don't know if it, I don't think it'll hold.
I just breaking.
Let's
Bobby.
Bobby, yo.
Bobby is a good trader, but sometimes Bobby doesn't listen to himself.
That happens to all of us, I think. At least to me too.
Yeah, I'll get that whole peer pressure thing. Fear of missing out.
Could push back down. It's 4 hours.
Yeah, so once GJ breaks out of this range, we should be good. It looks like it's doing what it's supposed to.
Yeah, filling that previous 5-minute week.
That's right.
Man, this is so hard. This is a box right here.
Yep, I love it. I'm Maverick. I see some real genius in your trading, Maverick, but I just don't want to tell everybody because they'll be on to us.
But this is a huge range too. How big is this range?
I know.
Yeah, man, you see this candle, but I mean it's like 60 or something pips.
I know. That's why I'm already up 14 pips.
How do you think I grabbed 32 pips? Because it's a huge range. I took my entry 136,500 and my stop loss was 10 pips, and I booked 32 pips.
Yeah, I just grabbed 13 pips, so I'm done.
I don't trade GJ, but man, it would have been sweet if I put buy stop on 135.6.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with GJ. Once GJ start rallying, you're not gonna. You don't want to be trading against that rally, you know. It's gonna give you a 50 or 20 pips, but it's gonna punish you like 60 or something pips. If you don't use a stop loss.
Yep, I just got in at 136.815, closed at 136.940. So
nicely done, Ted.
Oh, you got tippy. 137 then.
Yeah, Raja scared me. We should be continuing. It should be an easy trade up.
On the other hand, gold is pushing so hard. I think we may tap 1488 right now.
Yeah, I just deleted my sell stop.
Solomon said about, I think he said 87, 88, something like that. Which is
just watch this area, it could reject.
That's what was supposed to happen yesterday, and it didn't happen. Remember? It went the opposite way.
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
This could test like 1490, the most recent lows. So
yeah, that's the one I was looking at myself. I didn't know whether it had the momentum to get back that far, but
be careful.
It could well do. Yeah, this is where we dropped the ball list.
Yeah, because yesterday it was supposed to do this. Remember, we said it was supposed to go this high, and then it went the opposite way.
So annoyed because I was like, I'm not going to trade it anymore. And it did what it did. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like 18 billion pip move.
Yeah.
I made up for it today though. It's fine.
Yeah, you might find that GJ will have this little spike in the next few minutes, up to like probably 137.090. You may find that it'll push.
Do you think EJ is going to come back down to 118.5? Because I runner from there. I'm thinking holding it.
What?
I have runner from 118.5
For what?
for EJ.
We're not looking at EJ.
I was really confused. What number?
Yeah.
Bobby, you need to send a chart, man.
Yeah.
You need to send a chart. Send charts.
I don't think it'll go down to 118. I mean, it's holding support at like 119,600.
That'd be a big jump.
Yeah, that'd be a big move down.
I was saying that I found an email I sent to someone. I think it was kind of July or something. Not long after the flash crash stuff, and I said it was going to go down to like 17.5. At the time, it was about 123 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I called that.
Jeez, that would have been a nice trade.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. But that dude was like a super long-term trader. You know,
Yeah.
He just literally leave it. But the trend on it was continuous for months, so it went out that.
Ooh, what's this? GJ Daily. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's an old chart.
I'm surprised that today is a Friday and they give us really easy setups.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was interesting.
What's Trump doing today? Is there anything in the news at your end?
Well, they just have the discussions again with.
He's definitely going to tweet today.
Yeah, this afternoon. This afternoon will be busy.
This is what I was kind of not hoping, but I was kind of thinking that you might get that.
Yeah, you'll get it around 2 o'clock. He's going to do something stupid, and the market will fly, and people won't be in the market because we'll all be just enjoying our day.
Yep, we'll be done by then. So yeah, I think if we're doing it, turn around the other way a bit.
Trump is supposed to have a meeting today around 2 with the Chinese guy.
2:45.
You meant the Oriental guy, Kerwin.
It's actually Oriental's rude. You should be saying Asian.
I was joking. I know that's bad. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Dry joke.
So if you look at GJ right now, it's sort of did what it's supposed to do over the last few minutes.
Yep.
So you're getting that push right up to essentially 93 there.
Coach, why did UCAT die?
News,
dude.
Thank you.
Forexfactory.com, Alex. I love you.
Bro, I'm so used to not trading news anymore. I don't even look.
We covered this on day 2, Alex, when you were in the day 2 of the boot camp.
Yes.
You didn't pay attention, buddy?
He was watching Twitch.
But, you know, I'd just rather sit on the sideline.
Alright, it looks like GJ did what it's supposed to do, and it's probably going to go back up to that range. So, congratulations on an easy trade.
Yeah, I was telling you that it was an easy trade. And Raja got like 100 pips today on GJ?
Divided by 10.
No, you didn't?
No, I got like 10. I bought down over here, and then I closed over here.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
And then it went
And you didn't have a runner?
No, it was early in the morning.
Oh, wow.
I closed 200 pips ago. Well, who knew it's going to go all the way up, man? Like, fuck, look at the monthly gap.
I was in buys earlier, around 4 a.m., and they went back down and they stopped me out. And I had my position at break even, but I got left like 4 pips.
Yeah. Like, monthly candle.
In about 5 or 3 seconds.
Alright, there's your GJ move. We got to 0.50. I said 0.93, so sorry we're a little short, but it's
That's good shout there.
Yeah, it's just you have to be careful. Like on the 15-minute, you're coming to a bunch of rejection areas on the 15-minute. So just be careful as you come up to this area. If you got in on any of these 5-minute candles, you should have an easy. You should already had 10 pips or at least 12 pips or whatever. So
Yeah.
just manage your trade accordingly, because where Raja's put his resistance line there, it can hit at any point. So you could say that like any part of this area here is resistance. So always keep that in mind.
Man, the GBP is so strong. I mean, CAD news, the CAD is strong, so UCAD died, but GBP is so strong that GCAD, it only did a little minor pullback and it's going up again. It's crazy.
I haven't even got telly on today, but you never know what's going on.
Yeah,
I
so
think we
just
may have a push till 137, 200.
yeah. Well, I was thinking 137, 350. That would be a good target, like a long-term target. But I just don't like Raja said, it's a small range, so I don't trust that we'll break above that.
The only thing going for is momentum, really. So it's got to get above, hasn't it? Once it gets out, or easily go further.
Yeah, it's just because now what'll happen is as we approach this 15-minute candle closing, this 30-minute candle, this 30-minute candle will pull back, and we might keep testing back into here. So now that's the reason why I was saying if you're in on the first 15-minute candle, that was your close opportunity, and then let the next 15-minute candle pull back a bit, and then continue further up.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Because the 5-minute candles, if you look at the 5-minute candles, it's all been bullish. It's been such easy entries. You could take entries anywhere on these 5-minute candles.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's similar to how it was from, I think it was like 135, wherever it was. Very similar. But it's just timing it. You've got the main buyers down easy. Yeah.
Spend the time in it.
Yes, mate. Yes, mate.
Yeah, gold is coming back down again, but it's slowly moving. I think if you take a sell on gold at this point, your stop has to be at 1488, and then you're going down all the way. So if you want to take a sell on gold, that's what you'd end up doing. You're selling selling without confirmation on the anticipation that gold is going to continue bearish for the rest of the day, and 1488 is going to be your stop. So you're going to have a 40 pip stop, and then you're going to 1474. So you have a 100 pip gain. So you're looking at a 2-to-1 trade.
That's exactly what I got. What I got in where at the fake out there at the top, 1487.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. I just don't like trading that until the candles flip, because the next hour candle could push all the way up unless this 30-minute candle flips totally.
Oh, so, yeah.
I mean, you can probably take trades at 1483 now. If this 30-minute candle flips totally, 1483 will probably be a good trade to go down. But I don't trust the candle yet because it's still bullish.
Simon, once it breaks that support, you're selling.
Yeah, if I get a decent 15-minute candle close below there, then I'm taking it.
Okay.
I just don't trust it yet because it's still consolidating in that. It's still like ranging right now, even on the 15-minute. That last 15-minute candle pulled back into the range, and then now this 15-minute candle just popped out of it again. So it's scary.
Yeah,
that's the same. We may have a weak field right now.
Yeah, on the 15-minute, yeah, it might just pop right back up.
Yeah.
I've just seen that happen so many times.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
I mean, it's good because you can start moving your entry up a bit. Like now on the 15-minute, you can probably get in at like 1485 or 1484.50 as a pending order to drop further down instead of 1482. That's the great thing about when the market is pulling back. You can start looking at the smaller time frames and devising a plan that, hey, if the overall drop is going to happen, it's going to smash through these levels on the smaller time frame. So you don't necessarily have to wait for all the candles to change direction on a pending order, knowing that there'll be one candle that'll probably just break right down. And I mean, to be truthful, I think at 9:30 you're going to have that breakdown because the stock market is opening stronger. So I think this is just a setup for 9:30. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just barreled it down right at 9:30. So just be aware. Does someone know why my comments come out doubled here in chat? Nope. Don't know. Sorry. Don't work for YouTube.
Oh, someone's calling USD CAD short. Oh, okay. This was before.
Somebody watching propaganda videos?
Oh no, that's
Speech?
yeah, that's him speaking John F. Kennedy's inaugural speech.
I'm watching like highlights of the Hong Kong protests. It's crazy, bro, out there.
Yeah.
Man, that it's such a global, like, man, even like the NBA, it's affecting like the basketball games over there.
I heard about that too. Yeah, they're considering banning the NBA because of what some guys tweeted or some shit.
Yep.
Crazy. And most of the Japanese, the Chinese population, or the people that actually watch it, they don't want it to happen. But it's more so because you know how it's a communist government.
Yes.
Supposedly, just like you have something to say? All right, firing squad.
Bro, I'm pro anything democracy, bro. Any type of dictatorship.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they're giving the people the athletes because they're over there playing games, but they're not speaking on it. So
But
whatever.
It's good. It's good. Most people they shouldn't even have a voice. Like you know how dumb comments we get at times. Oh,
Yes,
man.
I agree, but you know how sometimes athletes are like held on like spotlight and they're expected to speak and say they're not supposed to, but
Yeah.
media and people today like they say they force them.
Yeah, I think the best way to start a speech is to say, so, just came over here.
The best way to be politically correct, you go like this. So, I don't know much about the topic, so...
But what I think is...
Yeah, and you never answer questions.
Yeah, whenever I'm about to get in an argument, I start off with, so in my opinion...
Yeah, your loud opinion. Yeah.
in my humble opinion, instead of saying you're wrong, no, in my opinion, this should go do this. Yeah, people sending me charts, man. My weekend started like an hour ago.
Yeah, boy.
I'm here smoking my pipe. I don't give a shit what's going on.
Gold's gonna bless us. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think GJ's gonna do the same.
9:30 candle is going to be one for the ages.
This 15-minute candle will flip and close bearish, and then off we go.
9:30 goes, yeah. And that corresponds with the 1 hour candle from last hour being a booby trap candle, which was to push for liquidity to set up for 9:30. Because 9:30, the stock market's going to rally hard, and that's going to drop gold.
It did yesterday, didn't it? Massively.
Yes.
It's supposed to, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, not supposed to, but you know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's too much momentum right now in the stock market, so it's going to drop gold a lot.
Yeah. I was looking at
This is how I Mountain Dew it.
This is something Alex would like.
Yes, I wish I was that machine.
The fact that the machine doesn't have Mountain Dew pisses me off. That's all.
Yo, instead of rug burns, I want metal burns, steel burns.
I smell the breakup. A breakup of resistance.
That's my favorite song on YouTube.
This one. Yeah.
I almost want to add these to my Spotify in my car.
This song is called
Yeah.
Hear the Noise.
Not
Hear
very
the noise,
noisy.
don't react.
By John Dealey and the 41 Players. Man, Alex, that vegan cheesecake we got yesterday, my son started crying after one spoon. he literally, he was like, what the fuck is this? Bro, he was expecting something nice and sweet and moist. That shit went in his mouth. He's like...
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe he needed his diaper change. Don't blame the vegan cake, man.
I don't know. Diaper Chin's gonna come in today.
Oh my god. Did you like it?
No, man. We threw it away.
Maybe it was the brand. So what didn't you like about it? What was different? Just everything was different. The taste.
There was no dough. It was just
No dough on a cheesecake.
it was frozen yogurt. It's weird.
I'm sorry, man.
Frozen yogurt? What?
It was well, it's something I haven't tasted, so I can't explain the taste.
Right. I think you're just married to your analysis, coach. You know, you have to be open.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah,
that was funny. He cried.
Yeah, he started crying. He's like,
I bet you gave him some oil fried French fries though. Crazy.
no, he had a banana after that.
Looks like Simon's getting his wish on gold.
You guys making a little support on 5 as well.
Yeah, Simon's getting his wish, and we're gonna open up the stock market with a boom.
Not well, dude. That'd be nice.
Yeah. It's gonna slam.
Sounds like a sleep.
Yep.
I'd be happy if we got to 1480.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hit 1480 very fast. And GJ's about to rock it as well, so that's good. Lots of opportunities this morning.
Yeah, man. Did you close your trade from earlier, Ted, or did you leave it running?
No, I closed my GJ trade and profit at whatever. What did I close it at here? I had at 136,940. I closed. I had a gold trade earlier. I got from 1484 to 1481.
Oh, nice.
And then now I'm looking at another gold trade coming in. Gold's gonna run to 1491 or 1480 at least. Once the stock market opens, it's gonna be it should drop. So I'm looking to take entries once 930 candle comes. If we go bull bearish, which looks like we are. I mean, the 15-minute candle's starting to flip, so the next 15-minute candle might just bury down. You know.
Ooh.
Why did GJ explode? Google.com. Click the news.
Oh wow, Samuel.
Whoever asked that good Brexit talk we did this morning in the meeting.
Samuel Leach was selling GU.
Work.
Yeah, he got 180 pip loss on his live demo server. Damn.
Why was he selling? What's wrong with people, man?
Hey, if it wasn't for Brexit, would the pound be like a good currency to trade?
100%. It's the pound. The pound has always been the strongest currency in the world. One of the strongest ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, okay. Is that no wonder because London's always second behind New York in financially, in the world.
Economic-wise, it's good for its manufacturing ability. So that's always going to be strong, I think. It's always pretty good.
Here's what's wrong here. Let me just bring this up. This is not for trolling, but for educational purposes here. So see this, how can you zoom in over here? Well, you can't zoom in, you can't see, no point.
Oh, we can see it enough. Broke resistance.
Yeah, but like this candle, look right here. Entries were right here because apparently it reached resistance when the candles were still bullish.
Great shout.
And you could technically say that long wick was the retest of that level to
This
the
one.
right. You see that long,
Yeah, yeah.
that zone of that little zone.
Yeah.
People calling tops. That's the problem.
Like imagine there are 200 people following these swings and they all took losses.
Yep.
Wow.
Man, I'm so sad. You know, before I used to be sad, like, man, I missed the GBP move, but I know that Forex will always repeat, and I know I'll catch another move similar.
Ain't no rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that realization is really, really important. That there's always going to be another day.
And that was an instant realization for me, where it's just like, man, the market's just going to keep doing what it's doing. Like, never worry about stuff like that. But some people, they don't pick up that realization yet.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ted. Like, obviously, you come from an economic background, like school and like what you did.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's easy for you to think like that. But for me, a guy from the alley, you know, like it took me a while. But yes, you're right.
Well, no, also too, like I equate it a lot to my gambling. Like, there's always another opportunity, right? Like,
Yeah, that's even better example. Yes, exactly. I never ever played poker in my life, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what's
Oh my god, that's a nice push. Pull back.
There goes gold.
Yeah.
There goes gold.
So Simon's about to close 20 pips.
No, I think it's going to go bullish. Fill this 30-minute wick.
There's the push. Market open push. I think I will always trade out of emotion until I reach the 6-figure mark. Well, you won't reach the 6-figure mark having emotion.
Exactly.
Emotion at all.
You won't reach the 6-figure mark. I'm sorry, because you can't have emotion when you're trading. You're still relying on the money. You can't do that to yourself. It's gonna hurt you. Where is Jev? I don't know. Where is he? You can message him and ask him where he is.
Who's Jeff?
Think Jev.
Who's admin? He sounds like he's in a shoebox.
Uncle Ted is a shit trader. He think he is good trader, but nah, baby, you are a gambler. Okay.
Oh God.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I would love to have his gambling account.
Yeah. I mean,
I've got that name. New brand.
Hey, Ted, I think you should make that $9,000 again.
no, it's I don't really mind people's opinions. I mean, they come from random people from random places on the random earth.
I don't know. I guess he's broke then because he needs to feel validated for some reason.
The only good thing I give him props about that guy, what he said is that obviously the way he wrote the statement, his opinion wasn't like properly grammarly correct. So he's from another country, another language. At least he broke it down in English, you know, or tried to.
No, I mean, it's entertaining because, I mean, at the end of the day, my life doesn't influence anyone else's, and likewise to their lives. But I mean, I don't know. For me personally, I couldn't be a random person and just shout at the screen.
Well, you can do this all day then.
Yeah. Like, that's sort of how I would look at things. Is like, I couldn't just sit here and shout at a screen and be like, hey, you know, you're wrong, I'm right. It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Better things to do, not wrong.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think it's just a generational thing. Like, it's just, for me, it's just a waste of my time. Like, to compete with somebody, like, they have an unknown screen name, they're an unknown user, and then they just come on and take time out of their day to just make one comment, and then they're gonna spend the rest of the day just saying, yeah,
I did.
I said it.
Yeah, it's a nobody mentality.
And the fact
I said it. Yes.
No, but I mean, like, legitimately, like, you know, for people that are trying to learn, that having those kind of ideas doesn't benefit you. Like, if I'm a bad trader and Raja's a good trader, that's fine. It's great.
You doing, buddy?
Brian, mute yourself, man.
And the fact, I suppose, Ted, you're just a massive fraud. So.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Give out free information, and it's like, oh, what are you thinking?
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare you give out?
How dare you say that?
And that, my friend, is an example of democracy. Freedom of opinion. Freedom, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's good that people have opinions, but what my big concern is for most people is to be like, you know, I hope that you're being successful, and these opinions that you have about others are just because you have nothing better to do with your life. Like, when I give opinions about others, it's because I'm bored. Like, when I was working hard, the first, like, I would say 2-3 years of my trading career, I wasn't worried about anybody else. Like, legitimately, I was so concerned about my own success that I had no time to talk about anybody else. It was only once I started getting bored that I had opportunity to talk about everybody else.
Yeah, makes sense. You've got to concentrate on yourself first.
It's easy to, like, when you take 1-2 trades a day, call it a day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, I just want people to be successful, and I mean, I think the first thing of success is just focusing on yourself and trying to figure out what you need to do to fix what you're doing. Gold's dropping as expected. Yeah.
And that's not even in Forex, that's in life.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and I wish everybody success. I don't want anyone to be unsuccessful, but I just feel that people are not focused on what makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's easy because, like, for people that are trading is difficult. So it's easy for you to focus on things that are easy for you to control. Like, you can make comments, people can make new, like, Instagram pages and troll everybody. That's a lot easier to do than actually learn how to trade. Like, you know, you look at GJ, we call GJ, where did it go? It went right to where it's supposed to. Gold is dropping as expected. Like, there's things like this that it's hard to do this on a daily basis, right? And a lot of people don't realize that. And when they start doing it, they don't have really the passion behind it. So what they do is they find easier things to deal with, like make troll accounts or say things that you know, that are satisfying for them, and that's fine, because I used to take offense to it, and I used to be upset because I was like, why do people not like me? But then I realized it's not them not liking me, it's them not liking themselves, and that's the bigger issue. It's people don't like each other, they don't like who they are as a person, and they lash out at other people. And I get it. Like, I totally get it now. Like, before I didn't understand it, but I read so much on human psychology and human behavior, and I because I wanted to know why people were so angry all the time. And then I realized it was like people just hate themselves as a person. Like, they're not happy with themselves. And once I figured that out, then I was okay. You know, and I was okay with it. And then now I accept these comments, because it's like, man, it's like there's people that are hurting, and it's like, now I know why. I just needed to understand the why. Once I understand the why, then I was happy, because then I was like, okay, that makes sense.
It tends to always be against successful people as well, which is kind of against. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but it's just because you look and you say, and most people say, like, why not me? Like, why am I not achieving this, right? And it's like they don't realize the work that went in behind the scenes to get to this point. And then when they start to realize it's difficult, or they're not achieving the same success, they get angry, instead of saying, hey, I'm successful on my own accord. Like, this makes sense for me.
Yep. Talking of success, that's another 30 pips on GGO's close. That's not done. I'm not having any more.
Yeah, gold dropped 10 pips. I'm going to close it very shortly.
Yeah. That's a hell of a Friday.
Yeah, it was a good week.
Yeah. Well, it didn't start off great, to be fair, but definitely made up for the last 3 days. It was a bit choppy at the start of the week. Monday was very hard for me. I found it ever so tough.
Yeah, Black Box says it's true. It's a competitive space with a lot of ego, which is interesting because, like, I agree and I disagree with that statement. I agree that it's competitive because people want to do well, but I don't think that you have to compete against another person. The reason why I say this is there's so many thousands of people that want to learn to trade, and there's so many thousands of good traders. I just like I could never compete with somebody else. Like when Raja did this, I thought this was a great idea that he did a live stream, and I just wanted to help him. Could I have opened my own live stream? Of course, I could have done the exact same thing he did, but there was no benefit for two of us to do the exact same thing, right? It was more of like, hey, like Raja's like, yeah, you know, you do whatever you want. You want to come talk on the stream, you want to help, that's fine. And it was just more because it would add more, I guess, information. There would be more of a community, right? You're working together with a lot more people. And you know, Raja does his courses. I show up, like I was in the Miami course, I showed up and talked there. I talked in his Toronto course. Like I do that because it helps him, but it also helps everybody else see that there are good traders out there, and traders aren't doing this because they want the monetary gain. Like Raja doesn't pay me, oh, here's your cut for coming and speaking for a couple hours. It's like, it doesn't work that way. It's more of like, I'm passionate about that, and I have a different perspective that maybe might help somebody else in that class for that time being. And then, you know, they go off and do their own thing, and they message me or whatever, or people message me. But it's showing people that trading is supposed to be about camaraderie, and you're supposed to be able to look at the next person and try and help them, because we're not big enough to move the markets ourselves. So, you know, giving you secrets doesn't affect my ability to trade. It's just, you know, when you look at it, and when I look at it, it's like I called the GJ trade for everybody. It's like, great, if you took it, fine. If you didn't, now you can go back and look, and you can say, what could I have done to execute on this trade? Like, what was the trade idea here? Like, you know, on the 15-minute candles, we could see each candle we discussed, and we said, you know, at this point, you could close your trade over here, which, you know, it basically closed, and then you could see the new 15-minute candle, which was 9:30, pushed up into this zone, right? So, you know, you start to learn little things like that, and now you can go back and you can back test these ideas, and you can say, hey, why did this continue, right? Because remember we were talking about, like, on the hourly candle, and we looked at that, and everyone said, you know, we talked earlier and said, oh, you know, people think this is a rejection to go down, right? And then, you know, what happened is people tried and sell, and then now you can see what happened. It basically just popped right back up into that rejection area. So all this was, like we said earlier, this was just a area of a pullback to start again for the next move at that point.
Well,
So
exactly, explain that perfectly. Explain why it wouldn't be sales based on usually candles.
Yeah. So, and now people took that, and then, you know, it goes the way through. Raja was right about gold. Actually, no, gold is dropping. It hasn't gone up. The gold will continue to drop because of the equity market.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to make a move. I've got to pick up a little, so have a good rest of the morning. I'll catch
Yeah, good. Have a good one, Chris. Talk to you.
I'll catch up with you later.
See you later, Chris.
Cheers, bud.
Ted, do you go any trading courses for your own development? No, not really. I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing all the time. Like, I just sort of do my own thing every single time. Like, at this point, trading for me is more of a, how can I get a better entry or a better move with gold, or, you know, with a certain pair. And it's like these kind of ideas here that we discuss, like this idea here. It's like, how do you catch this idea? Like, how would you know that this was support? How would you know that this was going to go up? It'd be like, okay, going into the 5-minute now and getting a little bit more details. Like, getting those details to say, okay, look, you can see at this point we're starting to move up, so I can start planning my trade, say, right over here, and then take that opportunity that way. So it's looking at those ideas, right? And you know, when you look at gold and stuff like that, you know, you can see gold dropped, and gold dropped because of the fact that we have, you know, the fact that the equity market is doing well, and we know that there's an inverse correlation with the equity market and gold. So gold should continue to sort of plow down a bit, right? So it's just understanding those little concepts and then saying how can we take advantage of that. You know, how can you take advantage of these trades, and how can you get better opportunities and entries?
You know, the funny thing about this is that I'm looking at this right now, and I see these huge candlesticks, right? And it's the same thing on GJ as well, too. So it's almost like everything is just this self-fulfilling prophecy that I'm seeing. Like you're saying that gold is dropping, right? Because of this momentum, right? This is just a spot, this wick over here. I can't draw on it because the second I draw on this, it's going to cut me out.
Yeah.
But the big wick on this, the bullish candlestick that when we're looking at, if you go to GJ now, it's pretty much the same thing but different pair, which I find really, really fascinating because it's just the same thing over and over. And it's like, I think that the problem is most people don't see, I guess, the quote unquote breadcrumbs that these pairs leave.
Right.
And they overcomplicate it, you know?
That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and it's because because a lot of people just draw charts and they draw like higher time frames and they draw like, oh, we're going to go to this level. They don't know how to execute on those trades because of the fact that they haven't had enough experience with that pair. Like, you know, if you look at gold right now and you look at GJ, they're doing exactly what we said they were going to do because we've had experience with those pairs. And at the point, you have to realize too, you only have to be right. You know, you're going to be right about 90% of the time with the pairs that you're trading, just based on simple ideas. But the problem is people get so confused with the idea of like, oh, we're doing this and we're doing that and it's going here, and it's like, no, just take small bites out of the market. Like, you overwhelm yourself by trying to look at the big picture of the market and saying, oh, we have to do this, have to do this. Like here, the perfect, you know, your trade right here as an example, when we look at this trade here, you had every 15-minute candle as an opportunity to buy, right? And all you had to do is say, okay, where is my target? Where is my target? Like, where is my target? Like, you just had to do that. And if you mapped out your targets, it's just very straightforward, you know, to take the opportunity. But the problem is what ends up happening is people look on the 4-hour chart and they're like, oh, GJ is going to 138. And then they miss all this because they don't know how to look at the smaller time frames to say where would be a good opportunity for an entry at that point.
Exactly, like the whole 15-minute frame. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head off.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do
All
some
good.
stuff.
What you working out today, coach?
Oh, nothing. I have a meeting to go to.
Oh, all right.
Oh my
A baby
God.
goat hide meeting. I got
Yes.
All right, good.
Take care, Raja.
Trying to open a daddy daycare over
Enjoy the
here.
weekend.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Have fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything, buddy.